my friends, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. So today I thought it would be fun to take you along as I do a few errands. I don't have very much planned, but I wanted to do something a little different. I do want to go over to Homesense. I found some pictures the other day that I thought I would really like for my living room. If you've been following me for a while, you know we've been doing a few upgrades in there, and now I've done a few other little changes. So I thought I have some bare spots on the wall, and I found some pictures the other day. So I want to go back and take a look and see if I really do like them and if I think they'll fit there. So I thought I'd take you along there, maybe a stop at Michael's to look for some florals for summer. I am wanting to change up my living room just a little bit with the decor. I'm just a little bit bored with it, and I don't want to go too overboard with the summer decor because I like letting my house rest, because fall and Christmas are going to be coming around the corner anytime soon, and we all know that means a lot of decor. So I want to keep it kind of simple for the summer, but I do want to see if there's just, maybe there's a sale on or something. Anyways, why not? I thought, why not bring you along and we'll have some fun on this beautiful day. It is still hot here. Is it hot where you are? Holy moly. So that's another reason I want to get out and get maybe into some air conditioning and just enjoy this beautiful day. So come on along, join me, and let's get going and doing some errands. I hope you enjoy. So my first stop is going to be here at Staples. I have something I want to get laminated. I've been printing it off. It's like a little checklist. I keep printing it off and using it. And I thought, this is really silly. Like, why not just get it laminated? Then I can just get, those dry erase markers and just keep using it that way. So we're going to go into Staples and see if I can get my checklist laminated. So once I was finished in Staples, I decided to head over to Walmart, which is just behind it here. So I didn't have far to go, and this line is new in Canada. It's a beautiful line. I have a few things from it, including my front door mat outside. I really love it, but I found that $40 for these chargers seemed a little outrageous, like $10 per charger. I think I can do better elsewhere, or I'll wait till it goes on sale. But now I'm just going to browse some of the other home decor that they have here. This was more of the outdoor section, so I'll just take a look and see what we can find. Something I do find quite disappointing with my Walmarts are things are very disjointed. Nothing seems to make sense in the place that they are. You have to really search throughout the store to find things. Like, home decor isn't all necessarily all together. Neither are the garden things and the planters. It's really kind of all over the place. So I was struggling to find exactly what I was looking for. As you will see in these clips, it's just kind of scattered. So I hope that they are just moving things around right now, because they're going to start having to bring out fall stuff soon. But I did come across some of these planters. I do have these black ones in the large and the small, and I do have this container up here, this planter. I use it in my kitchen. I'll be sure to leave a link to my kitchen decorate with me so you can see it, but I have it in the cream and more of a taupey color. Something I was looking for, but I did want to point out this pan. We have this pan. I bought this about 4 months ago now. it is probably the best fry pan we have ever had. After 4 months of constant use, it still looks brand new. It still looks pristine, exactly like this. Even at the bottom of the pan, you know, when you're putting it on the heat and everything, it just gets dirty looking and stained and burnt. It is still beautiful. I highly, highly recommend this pan. Now we'll take a look at the floral section and a few things that caught my eye, including these beautiful Dusty Miller picks. But as you can see, there's not much selection here, but I thought I would just give you a quick glimpse at what we have in our store. So now we're off to Homesense and probably Michael's. So the Homesense I'm going to is not where I saw. It's not the original Homesense that I saw the picture, so I'm hoping maybe they have the same thing, so fingers crossed. Otherwise, I'll have to go to the other one, maybe not today, but we'll see. And then Michael's, I want to go check out a few of their florals that are on sale. So here we go. My Michael's and Homesense stores are right next to each other, which makes it so convenient. Too convenient sometimes. But I was pleasantly surprised when I walked in and they were already stocking our fall decor. Halloween was already set up, but they were starting to stock the shelves with the fall decor, and I have to say this year, the floral picks were stunning. This got me so excited for fall decor again this year. I love decorating for fall, but there were so many beautiful options. I'm thinking about going back when there's shelves. There was an aisle that was blocked off because they were stocking some of the collections. But if you'd like me to go back and do a shop with me at Michael's for fall, I know it's early in the season, but as I was talking to one of the associates, we were laughing about it. She did mention a good point. She says those people that do the craft shows in the fall for fall and Christmas have to be buying stuff now to make their crafts. So that makes sense to me now why things come out so early. These wreath hangers were so gorgeous. There were a couple of wreaths I have my eye on. I am just blown away with what Michael's has brought out this year. So I'm thinking about going back and doing a shop with me. Let me know if this is something you'd be interested in. Now here is what I actually came to look for, were these stems that I had seen online, and they resemble some of the ones I see people posting about from Hobby Lobby. But quite frankly, there was only one of them and I wasn't that impressed with it. I have this magnolia stem, love it. But yeah, even though it was on sale, I can't even remember what the price was. I just still didn't like it. I thought it looked a little plastically, a little flimsy, was not a fan of it. So I opted out not to get it. And with it only being one stem, there wasn't much point in getting it. This stem is one I have been waiting for our Canadian Michaels to carry. People post about it all the time on socials, and I was so excited to stumble across it in the floral section. It was $14.99. It was not on sale. I did have a 30% off coupon, but these are the peony bud stems, and they go viral every spring, summer, it seems, on Instagram and TikTok and even on YouTube. They are gorgeous. I was really thrilled to come across these. Now we're moving on into Homesense, and we're going to look at the pictures, see if I can find what I was looking for. These ones were new. I hadn't seen these ones before, and I fell in love with them. They must have had about 10 different print combinations, and each one was equally as gorgeous as the other. And I loved that they were two different sizes, two different orientations that you could layer or put up on your wall. I absolutely loved these. These are the prints that I went looking for, and this store actually had a few more combinations of these sets of prints. They were $39.99 as well, and these were the ones that I had originally seen. Now we'll just browse through some of the other aisles in my store. I loved this lamp for $40. It seemed a little high priced for the size of it, but it was really cute. I loved this lampshade. I am thinking I want to change one of my lampshades in my living room. I love this. I'm not too sure if it would be too busy in there because I do have some pattern rugs and some patterned cushions, so I'm not sure, but I really did love this lampshade. I have seen people go crazy for this bowl on socials. I was surprised to find it. It was heavy. I could not turn it over to save my life with one hand. And I love this little bird. And he was surprisingly heavy too. So I was thankful his little tail had the price on it. But you'll see me just show you some of the items that caught my eye. And some of the things were extremely heavy, and I just couldn't do it with one hand. Like this candle holder. This was another one. I would have taken that in a heartbeat, but they only had one, and I would have liked to have had another. This bronze crane reminded me of the crane that we have out in our garden. I thought he was so pretty. I was very, very tempted because he was only $19.99, maybe a little pricey, but he reminded me of the one that I have out in my garden. We're back. It's a few days later, and I thought I would just sit down with you and go through the few things that I did pick up. I was really just out looking for inspiration for the house, Not so much for summer, but things I could use all year round. But I wanted things that I could incorporate into my home that would take me through the whole year. So really, this was just an inspiration idea shopping trip. But I did pick up a few things, and I bet you can guess what they were. So without any further ado, let me show you what I did pick up. So let's start with Walmart. I did end up picking up these beautiful stems that I saw. I believe they're called Dusty Millers, and they're very, very long. They were $4.97 each. And I think I mentioned in the video I was only going to get two. Well, I did end up getting three just because, I mean, they look so pretty all together. And I think in a vase, in some sort of pitcher, throughout the year, I can use these throughout the year, and they can stand alone or they can be layered with other florals. In the fall, I can see them with some of my beautiful mums and some of my other picks that I have that I just love for fall and Christmas time. I can see them with some white picks, some red berries. I think they'll look gorgeous. I think at $4.97 each, I think they were a pretty good deal considering the size, the shape, and the amount of flowers you get on them. So I was really thrilled with these. So I did end up getting three picks. So next we hit up Michael's. And I was so excited to see the fall stuff. I never thought I would be that excited to see fall stuff at this time of year. And they were restocking shelves, or not restocking, they were stocking shelves with more fall decor. But I couldn't get down that aisle to show you because it was all blocked off. But I was so excited. I have my eye on a couple of wreaths. Those wreath hangers were so cute. I think I might have to go back for those. But anyways, I was not there for fall. I was looking for a few other things, a few other picks. I was really kind of disappointed, but then I was thrilled when I stumbled across these peony bud stems, and I've seen these all over socials, Instagram, TikTok. They go viral every year. Here on YouTube, I see everybody buying them, and I've never found them here in my Michaels. So I was thrilled to find them. They were a little pricey. To me, $14.99 for one of these stems is a little pricey. Now, I did have a coupon for 30% off. So I only picked up one, but I am going to keep an eye on the Michaels sales because when things start going buy one, get one sale, I think I will have to go back and pick up two more because they really are stunning. They're very beautiful. I can see why they go viral every year. They're just so pretty. I love the color, and they'll be a great layering piece. And I was thinking, with my Walmart florals, like that layered in together is so beautiful. Any time of the year, I would keep these up. So yeah, so I only picked up one. As I mentioned, they're a little pricey at 14, like $15. I don't know. I don't know. To me, it seems a little pricey for one stem like this. Well, let me know in the comments below what you think is. Do you find it expensive for that? But I'll just wait for another 2-for-1 and hopefully I'll be able to pick up a couple more. But yeah, I picked up these from Michael's. Now you can probably guess what I did end up getting at Homesense. And yes, I did pick up my prints. Now, these weren't the prints that I originally went for. I went for the 2-pack that were the same size, but then I stumbled across these and they were gorgeous. So I ended up deciding on this pack, mostly because I really like the idea of the 2 different sizes and the 2 different orientations of the pictures. They're great for layering on a fireplace like that, on a mantle, on a bookshelf, layering such away, and then they're great for on the wall. I really liked the look of how they had it on the wall here, and I think it'll be perfect in my living room where I want to use them. Prints themselves look like an old European town, something that you might find, a quaint little town that you might find in Italy or France or something, and I just thought that was so pretty. Plus, I like that they had a little bit of color in them to just liven up the wall. Like this one doesn't have as much color, the bigger one. I'll give you a close-up in a second of what they look like. But this one was just so pretty, and I thought, wow, that's really sweet. So I went with these ones. And this pack for the 2 prints was $39.99. And I think that's a pretty good deal for 2 prints with the frames. And that's it, my friends. That's all I picked up on this shopping trip. I was out looking more for inspiration for the home, seeing if there was something unique or different out there that I could incorporate into the house. I'm really into that now, where I'm not so much about all just seasonal decor. I want things to be organically thrown into the home and they can stay up throughout the year, or I can use them in different rooms and just make things look a little bit fresher in there. I like that about being able to use them in different areas. But that was it. That's all I got. But I hope you enjoyed spending some time with me today and shopping around my stores here in my neck of the woods. If you did enjoy it, I would really appreciate a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Would love to have you join me each week as I share more home related content. Don't forget to follow me over on Instagram. You might get a sneak peek of how I use some of these items before it goes up here on the channel. And I tend to share a bit more than just home decor related content over there as well. Love to have you come over and say hi. Be sure you are subscribed with bell notifications on so you don't miss how I'm going to use these in my home. My next video should be my living room decorate with me. I've kind of just let it sit for a while. We've made a few more changes in there. So I'm excited to get the prints up on the wall, maybe incorporate the florals in there as well. So have those bell notifications on so you know when I post that video. Until I talk to you in my next video, guys, thank you so much again for spending some time with me, and I hope you have a great week. Bye.